This lady approached me. She said she was a delegate at the convention. Did you actually go to the convention?
Yes, I did. I attended the 5th Congressional, and from what I witnessed from the March 1st precinct and in the 5th, it looked like there was a lot of weird stuff going on. I know that at the assembly, it looked like there was a lot of cruise operatives there. They also were giving us emails, and there was a big confusion on the schedule. They had changed the time, and that was a big confusion and controversy because people originally signed up knowing that they could get work off, and then with the schedule change, that was going to cause people to not be able to go. Another thing was in the precincts, there was barely any people there, at least in my precinct, and a lot of people didn't even know what to do. But from what I saw, with how low the attendance was at the precincts, it's not an actual representation of Colorado's voters' actual vote. That's basically just my opinion from what I saw. I saw an old-timer there, and he actually said to me when I asked him, why wasn't there more advertising to get the word out about the caucus? He said, well, the GOP likes it that way because then the people that shouldn't be coming to vote won't come. So that's basically some of the stuff that I witnessed. My first time being a delegate.
Let me get a shot of your delegate patch right here.
Also, at the assembly, they were handing out these little pamphlets, and it had like the instructions for the ballot with the numbers, the names, and who they pledged to. But there were a number of people that they had left off the list that we had to write in, and it was very confusing. And like I said, the time for check-in was very confusing, so that we all ran over an hour and a half over, and people were complaining because they were going to have to leave for work without being able to cast their vote.
So when this story first came out, a lot of the mainstream media was saying, these people, Colorado people, were sour grapes. They just didn't understand the process. But it looks like, from what you're telling me, that things were being changed and manipulated as the process went on.
Yeah. Actually, in my precinct, even though there weren't many people that attended or knew to attend, which seems like the GOP didn't advertise it on purpose, but the majority were Trump people, actually. But we ended up sending, I think, 2 others as crews, and me being the only Trump, because we just didn't really, I guess we didn't understand the process, and we picked the candidates before knowing who they were voting for, because the old-timer who was explaining it didn't explain how to do the precinct for our individual precinct very well. But it was the phone calls, the emails that confused me, at least, to where I was unsure for a long time as to what time I was even supposed to check in. And apparently, from what I heard on email conversations, the guidelines say that you're not supposed to have check-in before 8 a.m., and they had our check-in at 6:30 a.m. So apparently there was some rules that might have been broken.
How does that make you feel, trying to get involved with the process, and the process is now, shifting itself on you?
It makes me really frustrated. It was really crazy to see, just from a first-time delegate participating, how bootleg the system looked, how rigged it looked, and how it looked like there was just a bunch of cruise operatives there, and they were all running around corralling all the cruise people together, kind of like hoarding them together in secret to talk to them at the assembly. And it just seemed like, yeah, they did have a lot of people there, and for other people in the media to be criticizing Roger Stone about telling Trump people to come there and kind of assist these delegates that don't know the process, I think that's wrong, because we do need more Trump people there.
Well, it looks like it's getting heated up out there. Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good one.